Hello and welcome to this 2025 Beginner's Guide to Cities Skylines. In this episode we're going to talk about bus management, how you can color and name your bus routes, how you can manage the number of buses on each bus routes, and how to make roundabouts. We're going to talk about high density buildings, universities, and different types of policies. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first. Let's take a look at our situation here. Our electricity, we're running a little bit low, and we're starting to see that we're using up our capacity for sewage. Our garbage situation is also a little bit critical. We don't have any garbage incinerator yet, but we will unlock that pretty soon. And our educational system is a little bit running low, especially here in both elementary school and high schools are running low, so we have a lot of investments to do. People are happy, that's good. People are kind of healthy, at least some of them are. We don't have a lot of cemetery use yet, only one dead. Why don't we have any capacity here? Oh, this is the crematorium. We only have 7 buried and we have capacities to 3,000, so we have plenty of space. Childcare is good, and elder care is also kind of good. It's okay, but it's because we don't have that many elderly people yet. Alright, we do have a starting problem here. We do have a lot of traffic going down this road right here, and that's of course the industry trucks that's going down here and then going back out to the highway. So we need to keep this in mind. And the pollution is pretty bad right here. We knew that would happen. And it's also getting worse up here where we started the ore industry. We knew also that would happen. Alright, so the noise situation is really bad. But it's mostly bad out here in the industrial zone. And we are seeing some problems here along the main road. So we need to keep that in mind. Maybe we should change some roads right there. Fire safety, it's really not so good out here in the industrial zone, but you know, this is some of the things you can get by with. You're not gonna die from higher fire hazard, but you will die from garbage problems. So there's something to keep in mind. We have pretty low crime rates, and we don't have any buses yet. We're gonna fix that in this episode. Our population looks like this. You know, we have 10% children, 20% teens, 13% adults, young adults, 50% young adults, and seniors only 4%. So at some point this is gonna shift over, and we're gonna have a lot of seniors. So we need to take care of that when that time comes. All right. So I think, as I said, the most important thing to keep up to date with is the garbage situation, and it's very important. I mean, electricity you can quickly fix if you have the money for it, but the garbage situation, that can really pile up. So what I think is that we should at least put in, I think I'm simply just going to put in one more garbage disposal landfill right here. What do I have here? Oh, I already have a coal power plant right here. Alright, so I can't do that. Let's see, how can I put it? I can put it right here. It's gonna be a lot of heavy traffic out here, but I'm gonna put it here anyway. And so what happens is that as soon as I put this down, a lot of garbage trucks will start distributing out to the area. And the problem with the garbage is that if you wait until you get the garbage icon, you know, then it's too late. Maybe, you know, it can really pile up, basically. So you need to kind of be preemptive with this. And the reason, and that's why I think that I might want to, out here in the industry area where we are polluting anyway, I think I'm gonna extend our road out here and maybe put down a garbage landfill out here as well, and then connect down here, simply just to make sure that we are you know, taking care of this before it becomes a huge problem. And I just know that it's gonna be a big problem at some point. So I have a plan about making a big road that goes up here, and so I should probably also make a big road that goes, you know, maybe down here. And I'm gonna stick to the square planning for this tutorial because it's a beginner's tutorial, and the square planning is just the easiest way to do things. So I'm gonna see how am I gonna line up here, not perfectly. Let's actually take this road here and see if I can keep it straight. Let's see, come on, there we go. Okay, because then we have garbage trucks that comes down to this part of the city, and we have a lot of garbage trucks that comes down to this part of the city. And then eventually when I make a big road up somewhere around here, I can connect the garbage area over here, and then we'll have, in the future, we'll have garbage incinerators over here as well, and maybe one over here as well. And hopefully that will be enough. We might need to also, you know, build one over here, but we'll see about that in the future, or maybe down here, you know. But it's kind of nice to keep these areas down here clean and nice, because I want to build, you know, a city down here. Okay, so now that we have a little bit more control of our garbage situation, let's unpause the game a little bit, see what happens. All right, so now the landfill use is down to 25%. I think that's a decent position to be in. But we did have a problem with the electricity. We're running out of electricity. Let's take a look at our budget here. How is our... Well, we could increase the electricity budget a little bit, or we could see, what do we have here? We did unlock the oil power plant, and I think just for the case of this tutorial, I'm gonna use the oil power plant. I mean, there's nothing, it's a really nice plant, but it's very expensive. Let's see, how is our economy? Do we have the possibility? We do have the possibility to take the Silver Sunset Bank loan again. Let's do that, so we have some money to work with. But we are making almost 4,000 money, or whatever it is here, per week. So that's pretty good for a starter city. So I think I'm just gonna roll it, and let's then put in this huge power plant over here. I'm gonna keep it over here with all the other dirty industry and all the you know, all the other power plants, and the garbage situation is gonna stay over here. And as you can see, we do have a couple of people complaining about garbage right now, so I hope that what we just did will fix that. Let's keep an eye on them. And in the meantime, I think it's also time to talk about the public transport. And what we unlocked last time was the bus depot. And the bus depot is pretty essential for the city. And I think it's something all cities should have. I think public transportation helps a lot, because a lot of people will then take the public transportation instead of their car. And traffic will eventually become the main issue of your city. At least that's my experience. So I think I want to put it down over here. It's kind of polluting, so let's keep it in the industrial area. And you know, it doesn't matter where you put it down, and you don't have to connect the buses up to it. But I'm gonna connect my buses up to it, though you don't need to do that at all. You could because I want to have an industrial bus, and I want to have a residential bus. And I want them to be close to each other, and this is actually in between. So this is just a coincidence that I'm gonna make some bus lines right next to the bus depot, but you don't have to do that at all. I mean, you could start your bus route here, for example. Let's just do that just for the case of demonstration. So I'm gonna start a bus line here, and I'm gonna go like 2 to 3 blocks, and then I'm gonna put a stop sign. And it's a little bit arbitrary, you know. 2 to 3 blocks, I think, is fine. And it's a little bit fiddly. And I wanna stay on the same side of the road all the way around here. Or maybe I put down too many bus stops here. and then connect back up. Maybe I should go to this block. I don't know. This is fine, I think. I put it a little bit away from the bus stop terminal just to illustrate that it doesn't matter. You don't need to start from here. And then, but I'm going to put in a route that goes the other way around as well. There we go. And you can right click on these to delete it. So if I wanted to delete this one, I just right click on it. And if I want to put it back in, I just click on it again. Alright, so now we have this bus route. And I want to color my bus route and name my bus route so that I know what is what. When the game when we come further into the game and we have a lot more area to cover, it becomes really you know, complicated to check your bus routes. So I would recommend that you go into the info view here, click on the transport tab, and then click on this lines overview. Right now we only have bus lines, so that's kind of easy, and we have only this bus model. I don't know if we will get any more, but I want to color this one kind of yellowish so that I know that it is an industry bus, because my industry is yellow, right, when I zone it. And I want to call this one, I'm going to call it OR. The OR bus 1. And, oh, I just accidentally exited that. And, oh, I'm going to do it again. OR bus 1. I'm going to go bus. OR bus 1. And OR bus 2. Okay, so now you can see that the colors changed, and if we zoom in here, you can see that the buses here are even also that yellow color that I gave them. So let's take a look at this line detail, the line details here right now. So at the moment we have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buses going out. You can also see we have 5 out of 5 buses right here, and we have absolutely no passengers right now. That's fine, it'll change in the future. So I think this is more than we need. So I could actually crank down the budget a little bit here. Maybe say 4 buses is enough. Or I can maybe even go down to 3 buses. So we only have about 50% budget for this bus route. Let's keep it like that and see now there's at least 1 passenger, and it'll grow. But just for illustrative purposes, that's how I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I'm going to make another bus route, and I'm gonna, before I do that though, I want to extend, I think maybe this road down here, so that we have you know, a better connection to the industrial area, because this one is gonna be too small, and it's also too close to the highway for my for my taste at least. So I think I'm gonna take, let's see, should I take this one? I think let's take this one and upgrade this, and then extend it all the way down here. And I'm gonna do that now because I want them to connect a couple of roads here. I want to make sure that these roads right here, then at least some of them connect to this big road right here. I think I'm gonna do like this. And in the future I might also want to make a big line that goes this way. Or maybe I should make it from here. You know, the future will tell. But I'm trying to think a little bit ahead and make sure that I put down these roads before I put down the bus lines. Because if I put down bus lines that go this way, and then I put down these roads, and I would like them to go that way. Right, so it's important that I have the lines down, the roads down, before I put in the bus lines, so that I don't have to change the bus lines. Alright, so the residential bus line, I think I'm gonna start that from the bus stop right here, or from the bus terminal, even though, as I said, you don't have to. And I'm not gonna put any stops on the big road, and that's on purpose because putting stops on there will just clog up the traffic on the big roads, and that's really something we need to keep that road clean as possible. And I'm gonna put them down maybe a little bit closer in here because there are so many people living here. Let's see, let's go all the way over here now. I'm gonna see if I can keep it somewhat symmetrical, even though it doesn't really matter. before I name the bus line, let's turn this into a district. So this is our residential 1 district over here. Let's just make this whole thing a district, even though this is a pretty big district. I don't think most people will make smaller districts, but let's make this a big district because this is the first residential district I make. So you would probably, it would be a good idea to make some smaller districts, but anyways, this is just for demonstration purpose. Alright, so this was kind of crooked. We can make them prettier, like this. Alright, that's good enough. So now we have the cherry highs. And I think I want to call this something else though. I want to call it Residential 1. And that's just for me, so that I remember what is what. And so that I can easily name my my bus routes in a way that you know, is making sense. So I'm gonna go over here and then I'm gonna say Res 1 Bus 1. And I'm gonna go up here and say Res 1 Bus 2. Okay. So, by the way, let's take a look at that bus line. Let's go over here and see how's that one doing. And let's unpause the game. Let's go fast for a little bit here and see how it develops. Because I have a feeling that there might be a lot more people going on this bus. It's not too bad yet. Let's see how it goes. Zoom out a little bit so we don't get that industrial noise. Alright, so far it's not so bad. Here's a bus stop that gets a little bit clogged maybe. Let's go take a look at it. We can click on this over here and then we'll be taken right to the bus stop. Boom, like that. So what does it look like? Looks kind of reasonable, but there's kind of a lot of people here, right? Here comes the green truck, the green bus. Let's go take a look at it again. Where is the buses? Where's the buses? There they are. And the lines overview. And let's click on it again here. Alright, so now we have way too many waiting over here. 121. That's way too many. So let's up the number of buses here. Let's go to, you know, maybe 12 buses or something like that. There we go. 12 buses. And let's see if that'll do it for us. Alright, so enough about that. That was the buses. Now I think it's time to do a little bit of road management. I want to connect this road up here. And also I want to make a roundabout down here. And I'm going to pause the game while I do that. Because we have a lot of demand building up. So we need to fix this traffic and then we need to do some zoning. And first I'm going to fix this traffic right here. And or fix it. I don't know if I can fix it, but I can try to improve it. So what I'll do actually is, first of all, I don't want anybody to live there while where I have my roundabout. And I'm gonna build a roundabout here. And I'm gonna build my own roundabouts. I'm not gonna be using the roundabouts that are in the asset builder, because it's much more fun to build your own, and this is a tutorial, so I should, you know, kind of show how to do it. So I'm gonna shift over to the 2-lane gravel road again, and that is like that's a really important road in the sense that I use that a lot when I try to calculate things, how things should look. And I'm just gonna be deleting these houses. And by the way, if you click on a house and delete, you can just hold in the mouse button, and it will delete similar houses. So it was only deleting commercial area houses now. It's not going to delete the residential houses. But if I click over here and hold in the mouse button, it's going to let me delete the residential. And it's not going to delete the road, only the residential area. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is, oh, we still have some zoning left. Let's delete that. just right click on it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this for measuring, and the little gravel road here for measuring. And I want kind of a small roundabout here. Let's say I want it to be, you know, let's see, how much is this? This is a 4x4 roundabout. So I want a 4x4 roundabout, and you can do any size you want, but there's like a minimum. It has to be a minimum size. So let's see. Am I gonna get 4, 4, 4? Maybe down here, and 4. All right. So now I have these measurement sticks, and what I want to do is, I'll show you why I do this actually. Let's say that I wanted to build a smaller one. I wanted to build one that's only 2, you know, like this. If I just went to the round tool here and go out 2 like this, and go over, it's not gonna let me do it, and it's not even gonna let me do a 3 times 2, you know. So to make a smaller roundabout, and let's make it actually smaller now, I need to be doing this first. So let's say let's make a 3x3 roundabout. Let's see, where's the 3? That's the 2. All right, that was too small. Let's go out 3. There we go, that's the 3. And the 3, that's the 4. Here's the 3. All right, and here is 3 again. So now I have these measurements, and when I put in these measurements roads, it'll allow me to automatically delete from that crossing and up to that measurement stick really easily, like this. So now I'm sure that and then I can delete the measurement sticks as well. Oh no, now I deleted the wrong road. All right, so let's do it again. And 3, and delete that run, and then the measurement sticks. Okay, so now I have a perfect 3x3 cross here, and then I can use the curve tool and the dirt road, or any road basically, to make a perfect roundabout. And I can use now the road guidelines that snaps over here. So I go out and I click once, and I go over all the way around using the road guidelines. And then of course you need to have these on to do that. And then I can delete the cross, and then afterwards I can upgrade this road. Let's say I want actually a big one-way road here. I can click the upgrade tool, and now I can upgrade these roads. And this looks a little bit crazy, but it'll work. And this is perfect. I can turn these around if I wanted to with the right click. I can turn the arrow. Of course I want them to go counterclockwise like this. And then what I'm gonna do is, just for this is a beginner's tutorial, I'm just gonna connect the road back up like this. This is the easiest way to make a roundabout, at least in my opinion. And it's gonna be working pretty fine. And then, you know, you can decorate this. You can have people living here, but this is gonna become super noisy. So I actually recommend that you don't have anybody living here and that you maybe decorate it. So I'm gonna decorate it a little bit. And also I'm gonna be using this paths tool, and this is really for the pedestrians. I'm gonna put in some paths here. Alright, and that's how the roundabout is gonna look. You know, you can go completely crazy with this, and this is some of the things that makes the game really nice, that you can make, you know, parks like this that looks really nice. Okay, so now I think it's time to satisfy all of this zoning demand down here. And I'm gonna just keep zoning the grid right here, but I'm gonna switch to the normal road because I think we have enough money for that now. Oops, and we ran out of money. So we're simply just gonna have to run the game a little bit and you know, put in the water pipe as we earn money. And as you see, I built a little bit of a commercial area out here, and I was a little bit hesitant because I want to build a bigger road, but I might want to build it from here. I think that goes all the way across. Because the city is becoming really big now, and there we go. I think now the city is ready to, you know, expand, and we need to keep an eye on all of our info view over here and see how we're doing. And one thing I see is that we have a problem over here. At least we have a problem right here. Oh yeah, it's kind of bad. And what it says is there's not enough workers, and we need a lot of uneducated workers out here in the ore industry. And there's simply not enough workers. But I think we're fixing that by upgrading the city's zoning. And it looks like there's still a demand, but they haven't filled in all of this yet. But they simply haven't filled in all of this yet, so I think, yeah, now the demand disappeared. So one thing we could do here is we can kind of take a look at the district policies while we are waiting here. And I'm gonna redo my district a little bit here. I'll see. The tool kind of snaps to the road, so I'm gonna see if I can, you know, kind of go by the road here, and then I go back in here. So the way to expand the district is I click within the district on the left click mouse button, and then I paint, or whatever you want to call it here. And if I want to remove some district, I right click outside of the district like this. So that's kind of a little fiddly process. And as you can see, the game doesn't really intend you to make a perfect district because it's super hard to paint this like this. I can't constantly, you know, paint outside the lines, I guess you can say. So let's keep this as the residential area 1. Eventually, I would like to make also, you know, some more specialized districts. But let's just first take a look at this. We have some policies we can put down here, and one thing we can do is that we can enable the recycling policy, and that will cause them to not generate as much garbage, and that's really useful. There are other things here we could make the parks and recreational area more attractable here, and that will make them more happy, and, you know, more people want to move in, and so on and so forth. Also, we could put in a heavy traffic ban. I'm not going to do that. It's very important actually not to do that in this kind of district, because we are totally dependent on heavy traffic on this road, because all of the commercial buildings here, they need trucks to come in with goods so that they can sell the goods. If you put in a heavy traffic ban here, you'll get an error that says, or, you know, you'll get them complaining about not enough goods, for example. So if you get that, maybe it's because you put in heavy traffic ban somewhere where they need heavy traffic. Okay, you can go completely crazy with these services as you like. We can put them all in if we wanted to. We can make free public transportation. We could do that. It's not gonna cause that much of a problem with the economy. We can take a look at it and how it affects our budget here. Where here, as you can see here, we have the policies that's costing us nothing right now. That's kind of interesting. We do have some expenses to the garbage situation. We can go in and see if we remove the recycling part here. What does it doesn't change anything. Alright, so it's actually maybe kind of free to put in this recycling thing. And what we can do is we could go over to the garbage disposal situation here and see, while we have the recycling thing on, the landfill usage is like 6 million units. I don't know if it's kilograms or pounds or whatever it is. And the garbage production is 138. Let's say 138. Let's try to click this off. So it jumps up 10,000. Whoa, it jumps out a lot. So it's a big difference. It's a big difference that you when you put on this recycling. Let's see if it comes back down again. Yeah, it immediately comes back down. So recycling is actually quite a big difference. So no reason not to have that on, I don't think, since it's kind of free. It looks like it's free. Alright, so there's not that much to do right now, but to just wait a little bit and see our city kind of expand. Alright, we do have some more demand for commercial area. So maybe it's time that I take the big decision and I do some work on our roads here. I have the plan about taking a long road down here, a big road down here, to make another collector road. It's gonna be very expensive, but I think we will soon hit the next milestone, so I think we can do it like this. And now I hope that kind of fits with the grid we have going. It might not. Let's see how it does. It doesn't fit well. That's too bad actually. But anyway, it's just gonna be close. So I think that we will, well, let's put in this line anyway. But as you can see here, I kind of make the mistake that I was talking about in the beginning of the game not to make. But anyways, we'll be fine. I think it's time to take a look at the traffic situation again. Yeah, as you can see, we really have a big problem with this road here. All of this industry is causing a lot of traffic and a lot of problems. And as right now, you know, there's not much we can do about it right now, but in the future this is gonna be the biggest problem of this city. I'm sure of it. And while we're at it, let's put in another water pump. Oh, we just hit the next milestone. So we unlocked yet another area, some taxation policies. We unlocked the metro. That's gonna be for the next episode. And we have some more policies here, some more unique buildings. We haven't put any of those. But the most important thing I think we unlocked is down here. We unlocked the high density residential and commercial zone and the office space. And then we unlocked this university, you know, the university, and we unlocked the incinerator plant. And these buildings are super important. So the most important we just unlocked is the new zoning and these two buildings right here. And we gotta put those in, at least the incinerator plant, we need to put in pretty quickly. So let's first fix the water here. Let's make sure that we have water and that the water pumps have electricity. I think I'm gonna start the line up here now because it's becoming a little bit of a nuisance to keep doing this. Alright, so now they have power. And now I think we need to take a look at the garbage situation again. So the landfill uses is pretty good still. We don't have any problems, but the garbage disposal or processing status is of course 0 because we haven't put in any garbage incinerator plant yet. So I think it's time that we do that to make sure that we're not gonna have garbage backing up. And I'm gonna put them down just like close to the landfills, so that we can empty the landfills easily. You know, and we have all of this dirty stuff kind of at the same place. So I'm gonna put one down over here. Let's just put it down right next to the coal power plants. All right, so as you can see, we are still in the red. So let's put down one more. You know, you don't have to go as hardcore with this as I do, but eventually, you know, the biggest problem will probably become your garbage situation, or not. That's gonna be the second biggest problem. The traffic will be the biggest problem. So I'm gonna put in. No, I'm not. But in the future, I'm gonna put in one more because we're kind of running out of money. Let's see. Can we take another loan here? We cannot really. We can pay this back and take it again. We can do that, even though that's not gonna change a whole lot. So what we can do is that we can go to the taxation key again, and we can say, all right, is there anything we need to maybe tax a little bit more? And I think we should try to tax the industry just a little bit more. And now that we have these new possibilities, I'm gonna already now increase the taxes on these, because that's the next thing we're gonna be zoning, and now we're talking about it. But of course we don't have these zones yet, but in the future we will have. Alright, so I'm gonna increase the taxes a little bit. There's not much else we can do here. Unfortunately, we could try to lower some of these, but I wouldn't recommend it at this point. I think at this point all we can do is make more money. We can't really save any money, I don't think. So I kind of want to build a downtown in this city. And I'm not sure if this map is enough for me anymore. So we have unlocked now at least one, I think 2 more areas. So let's take a look at the areas. We can buy these areas now. And if I buy this one, for example, it'll unlock squares next to it. So if I wanted to buy the island, I have to buy this one first. And I think on this map it'll be very fun to have the island, right? And have like a beach area. So I want to buy this this area over here, and also, so now you can see the next area I can buy is going to be the island. I'm not going to do that yet, because first we need to, I think, expand from here and down. And I want to build a downtown area, and I'm not really sure yet where I want this downtown area to be, but I think it's going to be for the next area, for the next episode. But that's going to be zoned with high density zoning, and I'm gonna do that in this episode as well, just for the demonstration. So I'm gonna say take this area right here where we have a lot of commercial zoning that is not being used, and I'm gonna first remove the zoning, if I could get it there, and then I'm gonna redo it with high density commercial zoning. And that's just to demonstrate, you know, the difference between the colors. And yeah, it's an obvious place to put in a different type of policies to make a district that's fully for the high density residential area, and another district for the low density commercial area. So, but I'm not gonna do that now. I'm gonna wait until we have a little bit more demand, where we have to extend the city, and I'm gonna build a downtown area, and I think I'm gonna build it over here somewhere. But until then, all we have to do right now is basically just to slowly expand the city with the grid we already have. Alright, so I am gonna start the downtown area, because we want to be able to have the university somewhere, and I'm not sure yet where to put the university. Actually, yes, I will put the university over here, and of course we don't have the money for that yet. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a little bit until we have some more money so we can put in the university. We have quite the educational problem here. We need to have much more education. And as our city grows, we need to constantly expand the educational area. And I think I'm gonna promised myself that I would build an educational area somewhere around here, I think. So I'm gonna put in a couple of elementary schools, and I'm gonna remove the zoning around them. That's just how I am. You can do whatever you want, but I want them to be clean so I can see where they are, and so I can maybe put in a couple of parks around there. We also have an overhang. We're really running on the edge of what is reasonable here. So I'm gonna put in the high school on the other side here. Let's put it in close to this. No, this close to this road. In the future, I might want to upgrade this road that goes down here. I don't really know yet, so I'm trying to keep off that road. But I can easily just move the buildings if I wanted to in the future. Okay, so let's not zone just around the high school. Alright, so we're basically kind of in a limbo here. I might have overdone the road building a little bit, and that's why we need to wait until we have enough money for the university. And when we have the university, I think we should build the downtown area. But until we have enough money for the university, I think there's not much to do than just to wait and fill in the zoning. Alright, and now I think it's time to finally put in the university. And I'm gonna put it in... Oh well, okay. Good thing that I messed up the zoning grid, because it's actually too big to fit into our otherwise very perfect grid. So I'm gonna put it in here. And I'm gonna make the entry closest possible to the big road, like this. And that's gonna cost us a lot of money. That's gonna be really important for the future of the city. And I've got to remember to put in water pipes. So this will become our downtown area, and I'm gonna keep on the same system. I'm gonna be going commercial zoning close to the big road, and residential zoning off of the big road. But one thing that's new is I'm also gonna put in some office space, and I'm gonna try to put that in right here at this point, and then I'm gonna have some residential zoning in these blocks right here. And that's you know, there's no really good way to do this. I mean, it's some people swear by the fact that there should be workplaces close to the, you know, that you should have a, you know, like a workplace, shopping place, and living space close to each other all the time. But I mean, you can do exactly as you like. And now we have way more zoning than we need. So let's see how this goes. But this will then become our downtown area over here. Maybe I'm gonna extend it a little bit down here and then over here as well. And we'll see how this will work out. I think that's gonna be a really cool area. In the meantime, let's take a look at all of our utilities here. We are lacking a little bit of electricity again. We're already running a little bit low on water. Garbage situation is already picking up again. Educational system is just barely hanging in there. I think this is a good situation for the budget. Let's go to the budget and say that we want to extend the budget a little bit for the educational system, because we're running a little bit low on schools. Let's see, that helped a little bit. All right. So the people are pretty happy in the little city. The health situation, we still don't have any crematorium. We have only 8 dead and 71 buried, so we don't need to take care of that yet. Healthcare, elder care is okay. Housing levels, we don't want to take too much time on that. The traffic is becoming a bigger problem every time I look at this. But hopefully we will be able to redistribute some of this traffic later on and made a dedicated road for the highway. But that is a problem for the future. And right now I think the problem is more that we need citizens to move in, and we need to take care of some of the small things that is not too good here. We have a problem with fire department and we have a problem with crime. It's not a big problem, but you know, there are icons popping up, so we have a problem with crime out here, and we should probably fix that, or else the industry out here will not flourish. So let's put in a police station out here in the crime-ridden industrial area. I think I'm just gonna put one down here, and one of the reasons why there's a lot of problem right here is because these roads do not connect. So there's no way for the police to get out there. So I'm just gonna connect these roads up, and that should help a little bit. Can we not get a straight road here? There we go. And then I'm gonna rezone this. I think this will help this situation, but it will take a little bit before the police gets out there. But yeah, we also had some crime over here, but I think it disappeared again. Yeah, we don't have that much of a crime problem over here anymore. Okay, so what about our bus lines? How are they doing? Let's take a look at them. Wow, there's a lot of people riding this bus. Let's see, we have a one stop here that's very full. Yeah, I think we need to put in a couple of extra buses here on this route. We already increased it once. Let's go up to 14. And then let's take a look at the other commercial or other residential bus line here. Oh man, we have even a bigger problem here. So let's extend this also to, let's say, 14 buses or something like that. 15 buses, okay. And let's see if that will help in the future. But this is also causing a lot of bus traffic, and it's not just a fix to do this, because it will cause bus traffic to pick up tremendously. And as you can see, this road right here is one of the roads where we have all the buses on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this special tab over here on the roads where it says public transportation roads, and I have this road right here. It's a 4-lane road with bus lanes, and I think I'm gonna see if I can upgrade our our main bus lane roads to this type of road, because this should you know, put a little bit less pressure on the traffic on this road. And as you can see, as I'm doing this, I'm getting some warning signs here that my bus stops are becoming invalid, but they will quickly become valid again. The only thing you have to take care of is don't put in one-way roads on a bus lane where you have buses going in both directions. That will really mess it up. And we have a pretty big problem with our electricity. We don't have enough oil to run this oil plant, and that's why we're having a problem with our electricity already after a short time after we installed the oil power plant. And there's not much we can do about that right now. I had hoped that we could import enough oil, but apparently we cannot. So we might need to take a look at this in the future and see what we can do about that. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think it'll help us to upgrade the budget. There's not much we can do if we don't get enough oil. So we need to take a look at that, and maybe we need to put in another coal plant, because that is just easier. But while we are at it, let's take a look at our new downtown area here. I think it looks like things are shaping up very well. It's not that many people using the university yet, only 111. We have a room for 5,000. So we're hoping that when we get more people in the university, these warnings will go away. We don't have enough educated workers. We need 1 highly educated workers and 2 educated workers. So that means we are still running low on education in this city. So let's see, is there anything we can do? We could maybe upgrade the high school situation. I think we need to do that. So let's go over here and put in another high school over here. And then that's that. We don't have any more money. Let's dezone this area so we only have schools in this area. Okay. So again, there's not much else to do right now than to just drink a cup of coffee and wait for the city to grow. Alright, so now we hit the small city milestone. And we unlocked the trains now, and we have small business enthusiasts and some other new policies. And the train station, of course, and the cargo train station and the hydro plant. So this is gonna be the end of this episode. And in the next episodes, we're gonna take a look at some of these new things that we unlocked and continue the city, of course. We're also gonna be going to the big city and the grand city next time, where we can get the solar power plant. So thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, that will help out a lot. And remember to take really good care of yourself, and I hope to see you in the next one.